The history of farming traces its roots thousands of years ago. After gathering wild grains, farmers began to plant them around 11,500 years ago. Cattle, pigs, and sheep were also domesticated 10,000 years ago. Without farming, we wouldn't be able to enjoy the fruits and vegetables we do now. We also wouldn't be able to have our choice of meat, cheeses, and dairy. Today, more than 1 billion people work in agriculture, and they generate $2.4 trillion in the global economy. In this video, we're going to talk about the largest farms in the world. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. The largest farm in the world is located in China, and it is the Mudanjiang City Mega Farm. If there's a place that deserves to be called mega, this is it. China is a country that's known to invest in extreme projects, be it in science and technology, cell phones, and automobiles. They also don't shy away from investing a lot of money in farms. Well, in this case, it's the world's largest dairy farm. A collaboration between China's Zhongding Dairy Farming and Russia's Severny Bu, the farm is located in the prefecture of the same name, Mudanjiang. Spread over 22,500,000 acres, it is home to 100,000 cows and specializes in the production of dairy products. Compared to the largest dairy farm in the United States, Mudanjiang is 3 times bigger. The sheer size of the farm and the number of cows there ensure the production of at least 800 million liters of milk per year. The cows in the farm were purchased from Australia, New Zealand, and Uruguay. The cows were flown into China, but instead of being allowed to graze freely, they are kept inside the enclosures and fed a mixture of grains and fodder. Special attention is given to the farm, and only top-grade bulls' semen imported from the US is used to impregnate high-yield heifers. The farm was expanded in 2015, when Russia banned the importation of milk products from the EU as a response to the Ukraine crisis. Now, China is Russia's supplier of milk and other dairy products. The second largest farm in the world is China Modern Dairy, which is located in, you guessed it, China. Established in 2011, China Modern Dairy specializes in dairy farming and milk production. Located in China's Anhui province, it was the largest farm in the world when it opened up and before Mudanjiang City Mega Farm began operations. The farm started with 40,000 cows and has at least 15 farms. However, the farm suffered from major losses due to allegations that it sold cows found positive with bovine tuberculosis. There isn't much information online about the company. Let's leave China and travel to Australia for the third largest farm in the world, Anna Creek Station. Located in South Australia near Simpson Desert, Anna Creek Stations is larger than the country of Israel, with 6 million acres. The farm has at least 10,000 cattle, which are reared to keep up with the demands of beef. The farm is essentially the world's largest beef cattle producer. Most cattle stations in Australia are huge because of the continent's climates. Most cattle stations are located in the central and northern regions of the outback, where there is sparse vegetation and dry climate. Originally established in 1863 by Sir Sidney Kidman, yep, he is actress Nicole Kidman's distant relative, the farm was moved to its current location in 1872. Originally used for sheep, the farm switched to cattle because of dingo attacks. Anna Creek Station is currently owned by the Williams Cattle Company. They acquired the property from S. Kidman & Co. in 2016. In spite of the farm's massive size and the number of cattle heads, there are only 8 workers, administrators, and a cook. Although they work in one of Australia's driest and remote places, they still enjoy 3 meals a day, television, and internet that keeps them connected to the rest of the world. Anna Creek raises Santa Gertrude cattle, as they are the most suitable for hot and dry climates. Once the farm had a large workforce of stockmen who mustered the cattle on horses. Today, the farmers use light aircraft to spot animals that are rounded up by stockmen on trail bikes. Before we proceed, let's talk about modern farms. Modern farms are not like what they used to be. Nowadays, the farming process has been heavily influenced by industrial progress and technological advancements. It's not surprising that today's large farms have transformed into mega structures. The world's mega farms are located in China and Australia. China has the world's largest population. It has at least 1.4 billion people, which means that it needs a lot of resources to ensure that everyone in the country has food on their table. Australia, on the other hand, is a major agricultural producer and exporter because of the country's vast agricultural terrains. This has also allowed for the development of some of the biggest farms on the planet. Let's move on to Clifton Hills Station, still in Australia. Located in South Australia, Clifton Hills has an area that's more than half the size of Belgium. Established in 1878, it's a cattle property on the Birdsville Track. It was recently sold as a walk-in, walk-out basis, meaning that everything in real estate, including the cattle and infrastructure, was also acquired by the new owner, Crowd Point Pastoral Company, a syndicate that's made up of 4 families. The property has 18,000 cattle enjoying the space that's about 4,000 square kilometers, larger than the Greater Sydney region. The farm was one of the first to use road transport as a means to deliver cattle, aside from rail transport. The property consists of 1,500 square kilometers annual flood area from the Diamantina River, which is effectively balanced with gibber plants with creeks, as well as soft sand-hilled country. Next is Alexandria, also in Australia. Located in the Northern Territory of Australia, Alexandria was established in 1877 by William Collins, Williams Forrest, Sir William Ingram, Sir Thomas Micklewraith, and John Warner. They formed the North Australian Pastoral Company. Little did they know that they were laying the foundation for more than 100 years of sustainable farming. The farm's cattle graze on grasslands pioneered over 140 years ago. They have a herd of approximately 200,000 heads of cattle and branding of more than 600,000 calves each year. Their cattle are recognized for their quietness and quality. In the 1980s, the company identified composite breeding as an effective means of capitalizing on preferred traits and retaining hybrid vigor. Their 2 composite breeds, the Cuyuna Composite and the Alexandria Composite, are the end result of their breeding program. There are 50 employees living in the property that tend to the cows. Davenport Downs, still in Australia, is the 6th largest farm in the world. Davenport Downs is the largest cattle station and the biggest property in Queensland. Owned by the Paraway Pastoral Company, Davenport Downs consists of 2 original properties: Davenport Downs, which was purchased in 2009, and Springvale, which was purchased in 2011. The aggregation forms 1.5 million hectares together and has a bullock fattening operation that has a capacity to carry more than 29,000 head. The operation receives the bulk of its cattle from Paraway's breeding properties in the northern region. Ferris Creek and Diamantina River transect the property, as well as provide a reliable water source. The waterways also flood a quarter of the property during the wet season. The main homestead is at Davenport Downs. It's complete with staff quarters, a recreation hub, a staff kitchen, as well as cottages. Although we can't pinpoint when exactly humans started cultivating soil, experts believe that farming started thousands of years ago. It is widely believed that it's in the Anatolian plains in Turkey where humans first cultivated grains, or to be more precise, a more ancient form of wheat. Over the centuries, farming has become one of the main occupations because it allowed people to produce food throughout the year, using the resources available. They quickly realized that farms allowed them to cultivate the soil in an organized manner or raise various animals. Next is Wave Hill, still in the land down under. Nestled alongside the mighty Clarence River in northwestern Australia, Wave Hill Station and Farmstay has a 5,000-hectare historic beef cattle property. The property is best known as the scene of the Wave Hill Walk-Off, a strike initiated by Indigenous Australian workers who wanted better pay and conditions. Established in 1883 by the Buchanan family, the farm originally had 1,000 heads of cattle in May 1884. The property was bought by an English company called Union Cold Storage Company as part of the Vesti Group in January 1914. Wave Hill became the cornerstone of the Veste pastoral operations in the country for the next 75 years. Today, Wave Hill is a large-scale cattle operation that breeds and grows cattle for processing customers within Australia and the boat trade. The property has been purchased by the late Brian Oxenford's Western Grazing 28 years ago. The company was established in 1992 by Mr. Oxenford after he moved into large-scale beef beef production after securing a large portfolio of vesty properties that included Cattle Creek and Wave Hill. Lastly, we have Marion Downs, still in Australia. With the landmass of Australia, the country is also a continent. After all, so it's not surprising that most of the world's largest farms are located there. Located in Queensland and also owned by the Northern Australia Pastoral Company, Marion Downs operates as a grass finishing property with 1,287,000 hectares and 17,500 cattle. The property is well watered by the Burke, Georgina, Mulligan, and Hamilton rivers. The land has floodplains and open rolling downs vegetated with Flinders and Mitchell grasses. Run in conjunction with the Herbert Downs Outstation, the farm employs 15 people. The station was established in 1877 and the property was purchased by the North Australian Pastoral Company in 1934. Which of the world's largest farms would you like to visit the most? Let us know in the comments section. Stay safe and we'll see you in our next video.